G'day folks, Tony again here for more of the many lives of John Rando. So dear viewer, we found ourselves in the corner of this cave, disturbingly close to this sleeping slumberling. It is impossible and hostile, but it is fortunately, at least for the time being, asleep, and we are hopefully going to be able to keep it that way. We don't really have very much stuff here that we're going to be able to use to stop it from killing us if it does indeed wake up. So let's try very carefully moving our way to the north here, ducking into this corridor and trying to move away from any potential problem that we might have with that slumberling at this stage. In theory, based on where we are at the moment, possibly we're okay. I did just see an explosion of something back in the other direction, though. If we end up getting caught in this hallway, we're very much in trouble. So let's find out what happens. Well, at least if we die, we're going to die at level 4. There's another 3 hit points for us, 78 skill points and 1 mutation point. We're going to finish this fight before we attempt anything else. There comes the slumberling, and it is coming at a fair clip. So what I might do here, let's see. What's going to be the easiest thing for us to do, given our current situation? This is where a teleport would come in mighty handy. But we don't have the capacity to do that just yet. I think maybe toggling on our gas generation is going to be our safest bet, and perhaps just hope that that slumberling isn't going to come down the hallway towards us. I nearly fired the rifle and then realized it's probably going to make noise, and that's probably going to contribute to the slumberling showing up. And indeed, here it comes. I think we are in a world of trouble. So what I was hoping to do by starting that corrosive gas is I'm actually hoping that we're going to burn through some of the wall and perhaps provide us with an escape route that we can use to get around things. Let's just wait and see. That slumberling isn't moving at the moment. I'm not quite sure why. But we're slowly wearing these things down. We've only got a centipede to go now. Of course, there's another one immediately. So let's continue moving. Try and take this last one out. It's possible that slumberling has gone back to sleep. It is indeed asleep again. It's also cleaved and sprinting. That's interesting. I don't know how that happened, and I certainly hope there's a way back around to those stairs. And I also certainly hope that our corrosive gas doesn't spread and wake it up. Oh dear. And there's no immediate way out of this particular room. We might actually have to corrosive gas our way back through again. So just doing a short rest until healed. We'll drop ourselves a campfire here, whip ourselves up a meal. So again, if we die, we're not going to die hungry. Still only at 3 mutation points, so we can't roll ourselves a random mutation because teleport, whew, wouldn't that be nice to be getting right about now? Unless, of course, we teleported directly onto the slumberling. Given how this is going at the moment, that wouldn't entirely be a surprise. All right. The danger of constantly changing John Randos is that I now have to remind myself exactly what this John Rando is doing. Desert rifle, freezing iron dagger, and we are an Arcanaut, so that means that we're already going to have some proficiency in short blades, and whoops, and with our agility of 21 being our highest stat, certainly worth leaning into more short blade. So there's a 75% chance to cause your opponent to bleed, causing damage per turn. I think that's going to be a wise investment. So let's grab that, even if we only survive for a brief period longer. Gas generation is currently toggled off, so let's switch that back to on. And let's see if this is going to chew through enough wall here for us to be able to move back around and avoid that slumberling. Looks like the corrosive part of it is only enough for a small section each time. 14 round cooldown, that's not all that long to have to wait. So tapping the next turn again for a little bit. And let's try it again. This is a slow process. But perhaps it's going to get us there in a relatively short amount of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done. Oh, come on. It is a slow process, but I think it is going to work. Come on, just one more. Do me a favor. Oh, that's not the direction I was expecting, but it's good enough for me. Because any way is better than the other way. So there's a slightly strange and obscure form of problem solving there, but problem solving nonetheless. Now, those of you familiar with the game will also know that in terms of getting back out of Red Rock, we can actually follow the underground river to the south, and that will slowly make our way back to Joppa, and we'll come up via the... we'll come up via the crack in the little lake that's in the northwestern corner of town. So that is an option available to us should the slumberling prove to be too problematic. There's the stairs downwards, so that's nice. Where is that slumberling gone? It's still parked in the corner there, fast asleep. So we'll do our usual poke around these other areas. We're going to grab that water skin. Always nice to be able to carry more fluid. And here we have ourselves a Snapjaw Warlord, who is no doubt going to be a little tougher than some of the others. So I'm just going to try a quick reload. We're going to try shooting here. That's going to give us a better chance of killing this thing quickly. And then try a little bit of poisoning. I don't know if that actually hit, but it does the job. Go team. What else do we have here? We've got ourselves a cave spider. That shouldn't prove too much trouble to us. How is our freezing iron dagger going? It still appears to be drawing power from that small trinket, which of course is probably or almost certainly a chem cell of some kind. I actually wonder if I can remove the cell from there. Whoops, that was the wrong thing. Silly me. Do the replace cell. We'll remove that cell. And I do just want to have a quick look at it in our inventory and see if we can identify it without destroying it. Good stuff. Because now we can see how fresh it is so that we have an understanding of when it's starting to run low. So we're going to pop it back in there now. And there we have it. All right. More to explore. More to find. More to do. What else awaits us down in the depths of this particular cave? Scaled cloth overalls. What are scaled cloth overalls going to give us? Grants the wearer plus 250 reputation with unshelled reptiles. Sure. And that's a 1 and a 2. We might grab that. Because currently we've got a 2 and a 0. Actually... So we've got armor value 2, dodge value 11. That's a very high dodge value and not as high an armor value as I would like. This, of course, isn't going to help it, but it would be cool to see what we end up with here. Whew, 1 and 13. Interesting, but no, I don't think so. Pop that leather armor back on. I'm so sure that Snapjaw is looking at us in something of a state of confusion, wondering why we're changing clothes in front of them as they charge across the cave to us. All right, another weird artifact here. 35 pounds. That could be a real doozy. This may be something of a gamble. We might possibly end up breaking this, but let's find out. No, flexi-weaved chainmail. How good is that? That's a 3 and a 0. We're totally going to pop that on, which is going to give us an armor value of 3. That's fantastic. We have ourselves a cannibal here, I think. It is hostile to us. We'll wait for it to move in. This cave here being fairly full of webs, though it does appear to be from a humble cave spider. And here, in addition, we have ourselves a humble bear. So we're going to reload. We're going to wait for it to move in a little closer, and then we're going to start shooting it, because that does tend to solve the problem quicker than some of our other options. And a treasure chest. Marvelous. Cloth robe, short bow, and a copper nugget. We'll take that copper nugget. We'll leave the rest of it because we don't really need it. How many other bits and pieces do we have around here? Probably not too much. These cave complexes in Red Rock do tend to be fairly straightforward and fairly grid-based and fairly regular. Leather apron, what's that going to be? It's another 2 and a 0. And I have to remember that as an Archanaut we can rifle through trash, so I should be taking that into account. So that if there is extra stuff around, we can just pick it up and move along. Lots of little webs around here. Not really finding all that much in them at this stage. Another cave spider. Possibly now it's running to a corner, I believe. Possibly going to stir up the slumberling, although hopefully not. And I don't think we're picking up the trash there at the moment because there was an enemy in sight. Indeed. Just to check on the slumberling, it is in fact still there. But we're going to leave it be and make our way down the stairs. So here we are on level 4 of Red Rock. There's an awful lot of dread roots in here, and I'm not fond of them at all. So we're going to take them down first. And we've spotted a Gershling here, clearly, because we've completed the step Find the Critters of what's eating the water vine, and there it is over there. We're going to keep taking down these dread roots. And with a 1 experience point gain, we have leveled up to level 5. So more hit points and all the bits and pieces for us. That should give us enough to get a random mutation, but I'm going to take out this Gershling first because they can tend to hit hard. But not this one. It's all done. We should also have more than enough carrying capacity to pick up this 30-pound corpse and then continue on our merry way. Let's take out that last dread root. There we go. Is this fresh water? It is not. It is brackish water. And a dead-end set of stairs upward. Alright, so we're going to do our mutation first. We're going to buy a random mutation. Yes, thank you very much. Our options are Freezing Hands, Stunning Force, and Two-Hearted. You have 2 hearts. You're much healthier, but your complex circulatory system renders you slightly torpid. It's going to slow us down, but it's going to add 2 to our toughness. Small chances around you're badly wounded to regain some hit points. I do like the sound of that. Freezing Hands lets us shoot stuff out of our hands to freeze things, and that's fine. Stunning Force, which Gaunt Bort also had, causes a large explosion to stun things. I actually like the idea of being a little tougher, even if I'm a little slower. Because +2 toughness is quite a lot of toughness. Let's grab that one. You gain Two-Hearted. I don't know how that works. I guess we grew a new heart inside ourselves all of a sudden. Classic. Our toughness is now 22. That should increase our hit point pool a little bit. It looks like it has. So that's nice to know. Having a quick look at our skills, we have 112 skill points remaining. So jab, wielding a short blade in our offhand, making offhand attacks twice as often, that would be great. But we currently have to carry around that glow sphere so that we can see. Let's have a quick look around. So Archanaut's starting with Tinkering. That's a thing that we can do. Tinker 1 requires 19 intelligence, and that's a little ways off for us at this point in time. Interesting. What other things might we have? A little bit of crowd control or something might be handy. Let's have a look under Persuasion and see what it's got here for us. Our ego is not high enough to get anything other than intimidate at this point. So ego again, also pretty far off. Very well. Well, if that's all going to be the case, seeing as we just got some extra toughness, is there perhaps something that we do here with our endurance? Shake it off. Recovering from stuns. Let's not really worry about that right now. We do have a rifle though, so this might actually be handy. Steady beads. Good heavens. Steady hands and draw a bead. We have 21 agility, so there's lots of stuff here that we can unlock. And we do have this rifle, and it is quite handy. So maybe that will be a good use of our time right now. So we're going to grab that. Yes, indeed. Excellent work. So we now have steady hands for the purpose of determining your accuracy. Your bows and rifles, your agility is treated as if it were 4 points higher, which would put it at 25 now, I believe. And we can also spend a turn to draw a bead on a target and mark it. Whenever we fire at a marked target with a bow or rifle, our agility is treated as if it were 2 points higher for the purpose of determining your accuracy. So that would be 27, I believe, if we have the +2 and a +4. So yes, +6 onto 21 is 27. That's a lot. That's good times. All right, we might have a little bit more of a look around here, in case there is more treasure. Because I like treasure, and we are still in the early stages of this particular incarnation. There's the river southwards that we can follow. I'm still undecided yet as to whether we're going to go in that direction or whether we're going to risk trying to sneak past the slumberling. So a couple of beetle bums hanging out in here. A lot of dreadroots hanging out in here. I do want to try killing this beetle bum. We do have a fairly large hit point pool. 200 experience points is a fair amount. This other beetle is still neutral to us, but 200 XP at this exact stage is pretty nifty. So, whoops. Let's get that reloading happening. We're going to keep trying to shoot here, and hopefully this beetle bum will die fairly soon. There we go. Another 200 XP for us, and I do quite like that. We're not going to be able to rest until healed with all of these things still around us. Sorry, all of these dreadroots hanging about. So let's try and take them all down. All of them. Destroy all the things. Ow. We've just been hit by a young ivory by the looks of it. So that's going to be a fair bit of bleeding here for us. That's bleeding badly enough that it's worth bandaging. That would be embarrassing to die of bleeding when we don't have to. 5 experience. All right, very well. So we're still on 12 hit points. We've got that scary tone of red here for us. But just want to make sure that we're not in a position where we're going to run away. And back to a nice friendly 39. Good, good, good. So the river south has already been found. But as I said, I am hoping that somewhere around here we're going to find some more treasure. And hopefully in said treasure, we find lots of cool things, cool useful things, or cool valuable things, also just fine. I am very pleased that we have 11 dodge value here at the moment. There were 5 spitting vines here in this one cave area, I believe. That is an awful lot of spat seeds to avoid. So many dreadroots. Do we have fresh water here? Is this fresh water? No, salty water. Sometimes they flicker and it confuses me. Or rather, convinces me that it's something that it isn't. I think we are down to our last 3 lead slugs, and we are indeed. So I'm going to be much more sparing in the use of those. Because if we are going to go south via the underground river, probably best to have as many pieces of ammunition as we can, because who knows what we might run into. And I think that I may have just decided that we are going to take the underground river, because at least if we die, then it will be more interesting than stumbling past a slumberling and then just getting clouded and dying immediately. Hello, young ivory. How are you? Farewell. All right. Doesn't look like there's a lot of other spots to go here. Did I miss somewhere? Oh, there's a little passage to the west, all the way down there near the stairs. I'm going to take this beetle bum out for some more experience. Yay! Edging closer and closer to another level there. That's good. Dreadroot here on the shore. Not for long. Let's not stumble into that jilted lover on the wall. Oh, hello, another Gershling. Lovely. How tough are these things to take out directly? I think it's... Where's it going? It's running away from the seed-spitting vine, perhaps. And I think we might have just had our experience points stolen from us, which is terribly rude. I don't know what that seed-spitting vine thinks it's going to do with its adventuring life, but I think we could have made much better use of, there we go, stop bleeding, of that experience points in the grand scheme of wandering the world of Kud. Is that some armor down there? I think it is. Lovely. I like armor. If it's something useful to me and something I can wear. All these things triggering these runaways. What do we have? Chainmail 3-1. I mean, fine, I'll pick that up and I'll try and sell it. I think we still have enough to carry it. We do indeed. Well done. But it's not as groovy as the cool, weird artifact that turned out to be some funky armor that we currently have, which of course doesn't have that dodge penalty to it. Oh, hello. I forgot that there was one of these lurking around down here. A glow-white cultist of Agalgut. Sorry. Shortly to be a dead glow-white cultist. They're often lurking around here, but they're seldom very hard to kill. Lovely. I see another beetle bum here waiting for us to harvest it ruthlessly for experience points. Such is the way of adventurers for eons. In the tried and true tradition, I guess, of Dungeons and Dragons training everyone to just hit things until they die. That's the war game pedigree of D&D. Oh, we must be so close to leveling up. We are. It looks like another 7 experience points. Fine, so we'll rest until healed. Wait a minute, is there still a Dreadroot there? What is going on? I don't even know what caused that, but sure. Just do a check. That was a corpse that we defeated. Very well. So we're all healed up. We're going to drop down our camp. We're going to whip up a quick meal. Good times. What's along here? Nothing. All right. Let's not go through that way. Did we miss anything here? We did not. So no treasure chests here, which is a bit of a drag. But let's start making our way southwards along this river and see what other madness we might run into. Got some more walking, crawling experience points here to get us to level 6. So another 6 hit points, presumably caused by that significant increase that we have in our toughness. 78 skill points, 1 mutation point, and because we're level 6, 1 to each attribute. Yay! We'll finish clearing out these. Whoa, look at all of them. That's a whole big bunch of them. I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to drop a burgeoning right here in the middle of the room. And that will presumably help us kill all the things, or at least soften them up for us to take them down ourselves. A little bit of everything from everywhere there. Let's grab those wooden arrows. The rest of it can stay there. Corpses, more arrows. Sure, we'll take this cave spider down. Alright, what else do we have to loot here? Leather moccasins. No. Nothing really there that's worth talking about. We're stuck in something. A quilted shawl, an iron dagger. There's still nothing really there that's of particular note. What's up here? Nothing again. I think that centipede died at some point during us ducking in and out of the room. So we'll leave all our lovely plants there. They can keep doing whatever they do for the rest of time. 4 pounds. We must be getting close to our carrying capacity. Oh no, I think it got buffed a little bit. Did strength tick enough for that to happen? I'm not really sure. We now have +1 to our ego though, so burgeoning and confusion are now at level 2. That is nice. Alright. What is happening? A snapjaw. Well, it's a very long way away in a cave far off to the side. Let's go over there and have a look and see what's happening. Bronze short sword. That's not really anything we're talking about. And this looks like a warrior. It's probably going to be... Oh no, it says it's easy now. I guess we are level 6. And we do have a pretty cool dagger at our disposal. It's interesting how some times in this game your abilities can scale up pretty damn quickly. You can end up in a position where you're able to dish out quite a lot of damage quite easily. Looks like something dropped a star apple there. Whoa! We got ourselves a star apple, 2 beaded bracelets, a bloodstained neck ring. Presumably all of that are going to be trade goods that we can use, rather that we can sell for a moderate amount of money. All right, what else was in this giant pile of things? No. Sharp bronze dagger. It's not really worth it compared to what we currently have. So a quick scour of the room to see what else is dropped. Nothing of particular note. A wide-brimmed hat. I do like hats. That's a 0 and a 1. We're currently wearing... Whoops. What are we currently wearing? Well, we're already wearing a wide-brimmed hat. We certainly don't need another one then. All bloody trash. Nothing really hanging about on it. And there's way more snapjaws here. Let's bring them back into this hallway so that we can take them down one at a time. That warlord being a little tougher than the others. Not even really in a position here where... Oh, hello. We've got ourselves a purple. This is Scurrif, whatever that is, the nimble snapjaw gut spiller. We're definitely going to try and take them down. And I think it's time for us to start using some of our abilities to do it. So we're going to hit them. Looks like they've hit us with a bleed. I think we can also expend some of our ammunition here. It's probably a worthwhile exercise. They're now injured. And I think we're now out of ammunition. Whew, that's some hard hitting happening there. What I might do is I think I'm going to drop our gas and then I'm going to start a sprint. And I'm going to run away a little bit so they can take some damage along the way. And as we get further away, then I think it's probably an appropriate time to drop some plants around there to take care of them. I don't think they're dead yet, though. We, however, are still bleeding. So we're going to duck around the corner. We're going to apply a bandage to ourselves to try and stop that bleeding. Something died. I don't know if it's still bleeding though. So the acid is taking down some of the plants that we dropped in there. We don't appear to be losing any hit points anymore. Let's try rest until healed. That's taken us back up again. So everything is now gone. We just auto got a bandage and a failed energy relay. It's possible that that we actually killed that that unique, and it would have gotten lost somewhere in the giant pile of messages. And it looks like back to the river here down the bottom. Let's just see if we've missed anything else in between there and here. And indeed we haven't. So as we are about to continue heading southwards back towards Jopar Underground, that is all the time that we have for this part of the Let's Play. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified when other episodes are released, and I would super duper appreciate it if you could tell a friend about this if you think that they would enjoy it. So come back again soon for more of the many lives of John Rando.